Hello, folks. Hello, folks. Thanks for tuning into the live. We've got some news this morning in the YSL Young Thug trial. It seems like there's kind of a never ending circle of changes in this case, and we've got a new judge already. We had Judge Glanville recused from the case, and Judge Ingram was assigned to the case. But it turns out Judge Ingram's former courtroom deputy is the deputy who's accused of having an inappropriate relationship with one of the defendants. Not one of the defendants on trial, but one of the defendants in the case, Chris Eppinger. So Judge Ingram recused herself this morning and said that given the fact that this former deputy could be called as a witness, she actually could be called as a witness too, because she was and various things. So she recused herself, and now the case has been reassigned to another judge. This is Paige Whitaker, and I saw that Thugger Daily brought up the flyer for her reelection campaign, and it turned out it was hosted by a number of defense attorneys, but three of them are actually on the case: David Botts, Bruce Harvey, and Brian Steele. So this is the new judge on the case. And I'm going to bring in Doug Weinstein to give us an update here on everything that's going on and just how he thinks things will go with this. So, Doug, thanks for joining us. I know you only have a few minutes, but what was I know we were talking yesterday about, I said something about, I wonder if she'll recuse. And you said, you're not sure she has a reason to recuse, but this just shows that, there's so many possible reasons and so many possible conflicts that could apply here. It seems like she, just came forward and said, hey, this could be an issue. I mean, do you agree with her decision to step down?
Yeah, absolutely. Like if a judge believes that there is a good reason for them to recuse, under the Judicial Code of Conduct here in Georgia and their ethical canons, they really have an obligation to do so. So I certainly respect Judge Ingram for following those rules and those canons. And if she believes that the cause of her with her relationship with her deputy would be a reason to recuse, then I absolutely support that.
Do you have any experience with the new Judge Whitaker?
I personally do not. I've heard good things about her. I hear that she is a very, very smart judge. I know that she is a former prosecutor, but that's the case with I will even say most judges. That's
Yes.
just the way it works. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I would expect her to do a great job on this case.
And I know there maybe there'll be some questions raised from people about defense attorneys hosting a fundraiser for her, but at least in my experience, like in Orange County Superior Court, that's just the way it works. And if a judge recused herself or himself from every case that somebody who went to a fundraiser or supported their election went, I mean, they would just have to recuse themselves from everything. Is that the situation in Fulton County? Do you think there could be any issues with the fact that the defense supported her like that?
Yeah, it's exactly the same way here in Fulton County. Attorneys of all stripes, including criminal defense attorneys, often will host fundraisers for judges or judicial candidates, or make contributions, and that's never been really that I've seen a basis for recusal in the past. I wouldn't expect it to be a basis here.
Right. And is it a safe bet that if we went into the list of attorneys that were on her fundraiser and went into their cases, if they've ever had a case with her, chances are she has made a ruling not in their favor? I mean, the idea that because they supported her fundraiser, she's just, beholden to them, that's pretty incorrect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my experience that you may often donate to judges who one could even say frequently would rule against you. So I
Yeah.
don't think donations really affect their rulings. Maybe that sounds Pollyannish, or naive, but I think that's the reality. They have a job
Yeah.
to do. If we have a good judge that's in place on the bench or a good candidate, then we certainly are going to support that judge.
Yes. Yes. So going forward I guess it's just wait and see to see what Judge Whitaker does. Are you expecting her to issue some kind of scheduling order if she stays on the case, or are you planning to file your own motions that will trigger some kind of scheduling order?
Yeah, at some point we are planning on filing a motion for a mistrial, but I'm kind of waiting to see what judge this lands with that sticks at this point
Yeah.
before I make that filing, or before we make that filing. So I suspect we are going to know a lot more before the end of this week as to schedule.
Yes. We've got, I mean, it's almost 2:45 in Atlanta. So maybe nothing today, but seems like something tomorrow or Friday from Judge Whittaker in terms of what are we doing with this case. I mean, it seems like all eyes in the Fulton County Judiciary have to be on this, right?
Yeah, I think we'll have some pretty clear guidance on what's next in this case by the end of this week. I would say that I'm very, very confident of that.
Yes. Yes. So are you still anticipating you'll have a filing by the end of the week, or will it depend on what shakes out with Judge Whittaker and the permanency of her appointment?
Yeah, that'll depend a little bit on what goes on this week, but at the present time, I'm still shooting for filing my motion this week.
Okay. And somebody asked in the comments, why not file for dismissal? Are you hoping that dismissal will be covered by the mistrial if you can get some kind of dismissal with prejudice through a mistrial, or is that another legal step that you need to take?
Yeah, I don't know that there's a basis just for jumping ahead and filing a dismissal at this point, but we take things one step at a time. So the next step here, based on what has happened in this case and the position that the prosecutor has put us in, is filing a motion for a mistrial. And then depending on how that shakes out, we'll see what steps are next after that. I think if there is a mistrial, double jeopardy should attach. So if we get a mistrial, then I would expect a motion from Mr. Kendrick, our team, seeking a plea in bar and a ruling of double jeopardy attaching.
Yes, yes. And do you still anticipate filing a motion for bail at the same time or about the same
Absolutely.
time?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, yeah. And I think
we are definitely filing a motion for bond at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Great, great. Well, I mean, I guess it's again just kind of wait and see to see what the judge does, but you guys have your plans in motion and are moving forward. How's everybody doing? I mean, are people excited about the prospects of the case, or?
Well, I think we're excited.
Oh, you're still on.
Moving and resolving these issues. Oh,
yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We
got the very end. We got the very end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like you're optimistic.
I should have focused my phone. Yeah, we're excited about moving forward and getting this, resolved. I mean, even if it gets to a jury, let's go and let's get there. Although we don't think that I'm just speaking for Mr. Kendrick, do not believe that that's appropriate at this time. We think there are multiple grounds for a mistrial at this point.
Yeah, it was interesting when I was talking to Max Shard yesterday, who was raising the question of, if you can't get a dismissal with prejudice, would it be better just to proceed with the current jury? But he acknowledged that, there are different opinions on that, and everybody has their own interests that they're representing in terms of their clients. So there could be conflicts there. But do you anticipate any kind of dueling opinions on that moving forward from the defense?
No, I don't really. I don't anticipate that. I think you could see multiple motions for a mistrial that differ from each other in their grounds, or have some overlapping, some not overlapping. I think we're all taking we all have our own approaches. And I don't know how many motions for mistrial, but I know that I won't be the only one seeking mistrial.
Yes. So I mean, I guess it's a big question for us of, are these going to continue being streamed online? But I mean, we've had conversations before about how there seems to be a pretty good advocacy for that in Atlanta. And while it's judge's discretion, it seems like there's some lawyers already on that case that will be advocating for cameras in the courtroom. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. But,
I would expect that to be the case. And I'm sorry, Meghann, I'm going to have to go now because I have court in 12 minutes.
Sure. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it so much.
Thank you, everybody. See you later. Bye, Meghann.
Thank you.